At least a little more like it. The Bats were slow to arrive to the party on Friday, as for a third straight day it looked like the offense would be stymied. But then the Cubs rallied for 4 in the bottom of the 7th. That made 5 runs on the day. The Cubs scored 5 and it was good for the win. That makes the Cubs 19-5 when they score at least 4. The Cubs have still not put together a really sustained run of wins. And yet, they are 5 games over .500. Other than the 2016, the Cubs have been remarkably consistent. In 2015 and 2017 they won 25 of their first 47 games, and in 2016 they won 33 of them. Tosses in order ended with 97, 103 and 92 wins. This year they are on a pace to win 90 games. This team has been maddening at times to be sure, but they are pretty much where they need to be. Better would be great, but they are on pace to be in contention all of the way down to the last. If they can have a great stretch of baseball or two as they've had in each of the last 3s, I still suspect they'll win the division easily. Certainly, of the 3 overwhelming National League favorites heading into, better to be the Cubs at 26-21 than the Dodgers, who are at 23-27. If you've missed it, the Nationals have rallied and are now 27-22. That still leaves them in 3rd place, but certainly in striking distance. Another NL favorite, the Diamondbacks, have really faded of late and are now only 2 games above .500 at 26-24. For all of these teams, there is a lot of baseball left. Right now today, I'd wager that only 2 teams are firmly out of contention: Marlins and Reds, with another team, Padres, unlikely to have the horses to get hot and get back into contention. The Dodgers, for all their struggles, are back to within striking distance, as the Rockies are in first place at only 27-24. With that, we turn our attention to yesterday's game as we look at what WPA had to say about heroes and goats. As always, the heroes and goats are determined by WPA win probability added. Here's a good explanation of how WPA works and are not in any way subjective. Many days WPA will not tell the story of what happened, but often it can give at least a glimpse to who rose to the occasion in a high-leverage moment, or who didn't get the job done in that moment. Also note, for the purposes of heroes and goats, we ignore the results of pitchers while they are batting and hitters while they are pitching. With that, we get to the results. Game 47, May 25th. Cubs and Hendricks shrink the Giants down to size in 6-2 win 26-21. Source: Fangraphs. The 3 heroes. Superhero, Kyle Hendricks. .333. Kyle was superb on the day. He threw 7 innings and allowed only 2 hits, 2 walks and 1 run. He struck out 7. Hero, Ben Zobrist. .227. Ben lead off the first for the Cubs with a single. He added a 2-run double in the decisive 7th inning. He had 2 hits in 4 at-bats on the day. He drove in 2 runs and also scored 2. Sidekick, Javier Baez. .058. This was very much a 2-man show. But Javi lands here despite no hits in 3 at-bats. He was hit by a pitch, stole a base and scored the go-ahead run in the 7th inning. The 3 goats, Billy Goat, Wilson Contreras. -.092. I'm writing this name too often on this side of the ledger. Wilson was hitless in 4 at-bats. Goat, Albert Almora Jr. -.015. Albert actually had a hit in his 4 at-bats. There was very little separation on this day. Kid, Brian Duensing. -.008. He faced 1 batter and allowed a walk. With 2 outs in the 9th inning and a runner on first who moved to second during the at-bat, that was just enough to land him here. WPA play of the game, with 1 out in the 7th inning in a 1-1 game with the bases loaded, Ben Zobrist came through with a 2-run double to give the Cubs a 3-1 lead. .190 * Giants play of the game, after Kyle Hendricks breezed through 3 innings, Gorky Hernandez led off the 4th inning with a solo home run to tie the game. The only blemish on Kyle's day. Cumulative leaders. Up next, Game 2 of a 3-game set. Jose Quintana will be on the hill. It isn't the Braves, so it'll be alright. Okay everyone, last time out, he was magnificent. He threw 7 innings allowing only 1 hit, 4 walks and striking out 7. He allowed no runs. Last year he faced the Giants in August. He threw 6 innings and allowed 6 hits, 1 walk and 4 runs, 3 earned while striking out 3. He's made 2 starts against the Giants in his career and he is 0-2 with a 4.97 ERA. Chris Stratton is the opposition. Chris is 5-3 with a 4.92 ERA on the Last time out, he threw 5 innings in a win against the Rockies. He allowed 8 hits, 2 walks and 4 runs, 3 earned. He only struck out 1. That line should not be good enough to win. The start before that he also threw 5 innings in a win. He also allowed 2 walks and only struck out 1 and allowed 4 runs. So in the last 2 starts HES allowed 17 hits in 10 innings, allowed 4 walks, 8 runs, 7 earned and only struck out 2. His last good start was against the Nationals in April. The start before that against the Diamondbacks he was even better. It seems that as film has gotten around the National League, his results have gone south. Let's hope that continues, because as you have probably noticed, the Cubs don't do great against pitchers like Stratton who they've never seen before. Poll, 86%, 31 votes, 13%, 5 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 36 votes. Total vote now.